It's time now for Going for the Green, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. We say hello to golf bet lead Will Gray.
Thanks, Brian. A ton of big names to look at this week at Muirfield Village, and we have to start at the top of the board at DraftKings Sportsbook. It all starts with Scotty Scheffler. At plus 360, you have to make a purchasing decision on the reigning Masters champ. Listen, last year he lost 20 strokes on the greens to Denny McCarthy, the ultimate playoff runner-up, and he only missed that playoff by one shot. No one here would be surprised if Scheffler runs away with this thing, but if you want to fade Scheffler, there's going to be a lot of value, especially on guys in that plus 4,000 to plus 6,000 range. I'm zeroing in on another former champ, Hideki Matsuyama. Won here 10 years ago, won earlier this year at Riviera, and quietly is up to 7th on tour this season in strokes gained total. It's always a question of the putter with Matsuyama. He's 144th on the greens this season. Ooh, big red flag, but he plays better and putts better at Muirfield Village. I think the ball striking is going to carry him, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Hideki back in the mix for a second Memorial title come Sunday. If you're looking a little bit further down the board in that long shot sleeper range, what about Sepp Straka? Plus 6,600 at DraftKings Sportsbook, has won already on tour on another Nicklaus course. Remember, PGA National designed by the Golden Bear as well. And the Austrian is playing really well right now. He missed the cut at Valhalla at the PGA Championship, but outside of that, 5 top 20 finishes in his last 6 starts, and he has played well here before. 2 top 20s in his last 4 starts. It would not surprise me if, much like Matsuyama, Straka is a guy whose ball striking edge is going to increase this week, and if he does his job on and around the greens, he could be in the mix at a very juicy number. Then we look to potentially some head-to-head matchups. Look at full tournament, and we need to look at these numbers. Do a little betting 101. Russell Henley and Max Homa. Max Homa is sitting there at DraftKings Sportsbook at plus 4,000. Henley is behind him at plus 4,500. But Russell Henley is favored significantly in their head-to-head matchup. So what does that tell us? That means if both of them get in the mix, odds makers in the market think that Max Homa has a better shot at winning this tournament, but Russell Henley's floor is a little bit higher. Both guys have played pretty well here before. I lean at Max Homa, and I think getting plus money on him at plus 115 is some really good value. Remember, Homa has finished T6 or better here each of the last 2 years. I think the market might be overreading his miscut at Colonial, which really amounted to one bad round on Thursday. He played pretty well on Friday, and outside of that, he's been playing really well this spring and summer. Just look back to what he did at Augusta National. So getting him at plus 115 against Henley, a lot to like there. And if you want to throw in one more, maybe for Thursday, how about the guy just over my shoulder here, Tony Finau, under 71.5 for first round score. 5 out of his 7 first rounds at the Memorial have been par or better. He's 22nd on tour in first round scoring. I think Big Tone is starting to figure it out, especially off the tee. Expect him to be in red figures after Thursday.
Will Gray, thank you very much. Great work out there at Muirfield Village. DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the PGA Tour, and this week new customers can deposit $5 and get a no-sweat bet. Up to $1,500 in a bonus bet if your first wager loses. Download the app and use promo code RANGE when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. It's time now for Fantasy 4, presented by DraftKings. Our expert panel putting their money where their mouth is. Here's how you do it. 6 players locked by the first tee time. You've got $50,000 worth of a salary cap. And this is how we're going to score per hole, finish, streaks, bonuses. It's all there. It's all provided by DraftKings. Here are notable players this week. Scheffler is going to be notable till further notice. Rory McIlroy, our defending champion. Victor Hovland is on the list. Ludwig Åberg there. Lots of good ones to pick from. It's what they will cost you. As we welcome you inside our studios here, and our panel is ready to go. Craig, Steve, here we go. Let's start at the top. Let's spend some money. General Manager Craig Perks. Who do you like?
I'd devote all my money to Scotty Scheffler, and that's actually where I'm going to start. Scotty Scheffler, 12,500 for a week. We know that Muirfield Village is one of the tour's most demanding tracks, and I think from a historical standpoint over the last 3 or 4 years, he's an elite ball striker, maybe the best we've seen on the PGA Tour in a long, long time. Leads in greens in regulation, the best driver of the golf ball. You absolutely need that. around Muirfield Village. So I'm absolutely going to go with Scotty Scheffler.
All right, Steve. He's gone with that guy. Who you countering with?
Well, Craig's taking a lot of the money out of his pool for this week, out of his $50,000. I'm going to go down just a drop here, down to Victor Hovland at $10,200. And really, it's kind of crazy, depending on how you look at it. I mean, he played not so great early on this year. Top 5 finish at the PGA Championship really bolstered his spirits, changing his golf coach back to Joe Mayo, really key in the rise of his success right now. And so Victor Hovland right now, I think he's a good player for your top-end player.
All right, so you guys have just spent a lot of money. We got to make 6 picks. You're going to need to go down the list. Who is going to be the 199th pick like Tom Brady was? Who do you got, Craig? Who
I
is
got bargain. Davis Riley at $6,400 coming off that victory at the Charles Schwab Challenge. It's in the water right now. A lot of guys changing coaches. He's gone back to his former coach, Jeff Smith. They've certainly improved the golf swing. They're doing some neuro hacks. There's a lot of turbulence in the mind out on the golf course, and he is controlling that beautifully. So I think he's an absolute bargain at $6,400 coming into the Memorial Tournament with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, that car that he won.
He drove it right there from Fort Worth to Dublin.
And that cost more than $6,400.
Probably so.
That's a good value. Steve, what do you got?
Well, my value guy this week, Brian, really is the $6,900 version right there, Akshay Bhatia. And really, that victory that he had at the Valero Texas Open. I mean, it's pretty crazy that he is such a value pick this week, being 27th in the FedEx Cup, 37th ranked player in the world. And that putter right there, that long putter, has really bolstered his spirits on the greens. And with the help of sports psychologist Julie Ilion, he is really dominating his game right now. And he's a great value pick this week. He'd be definitely one to put on your radar.
Also cheaper than that Corvette. I like it. You guys have done it. You have not steered us in the wrong direction. So those are the expert picks. Make sure you make your own. DraftKings Sportsbook is an official daily fantasy sports partner of the PGA Tour. And this week, new customers can play for free for your share of millions in prizes with your first deposit. Download the DFS app and use promo code RANGE when you sign up. DraftKings, the crown is yours.